Yeah, no problem, Cody. Go do what you gotta do. Oh, that's loud. We might have to mute Facebook. Hey, Pugs. How's it going? Just figured I'd give it a couple minutes, let people trickle in here. Just realized I posted about the stream without a link to the stream, so that's fun. Here, well, that should be better now. So how's everybody's day going so far? Glasses are tight with the headset on and the hat. But I'm sure as barbershops and whatnot still aren't open really here. So yeah, originally I was supposed to do a stream with Ed, but he had to go get some testing and whatnot done today, so I'm flying solo. So I switched up what I was going to talk about. We're just going to wing it. Just going to give people a few minutes. You see me tapping my right ear, it's because there's a mute thing on here. I'm hoping all the tech stuff is worked out for this one. I don't want to have to go back and fix stuff again. I'm not used to having webcam on. When you're actually seeing things live, it's weird. So I hope everything's going okay with Ed today. Are you on there? Oh no, I'm fixing to turn his webcam off till people show up. We're gonna do that till people show up here. It's gonna be off. So I figured I would just talk about some like quote unquote dream tanks or dream fish that that are on my quote unquote bucket list. Though I'm 28, so I don't really need a bucket list. But just fish that I would like to have at some point in the near future, in the far out future. Just if I had all the money in the world at some point the fish I would like to have. Now, the first fish / tank that I would like to have at some point would be some type of koi pond. I've loved koi forever in a day. Excuse me, I'm yawning again. And I don't know. There's always just been. I know they're just carp, but they're it might be because I love Japanese culture and everything, and koi are big in Japanese culture. So yeah, no problem. You lurk away, pug. It's fine. So yeah, I love Japanese culture. Always have since I was young, which probably is why the koi thing comes into play. So I do have some footage and a couple pictures of some koi ponds that I've seen show up on Facebook and whatnot that I thought I'd roll here. Pretty impressive fish in these ponds, I think. One is might as well be a mini lake because of how big it is. It's at a corporate headquarters for, I think, ponds or something. So I'll pull that up here and we can take a look. Okay, so here's the first pond here. It's like an above ground glass pool almost. And yes, that is a massive airstone bubbler thing in the pond for circulation. Don't ask me the names of any of these types of fish. I just know that they're koi. But this would be like if you had all the money in the world. As would some of the other stuff. Like the next one, this one, just you come out your patio and you have a giant friggin' thing of koi pond. I would want to go swimming here. Just jump in and go swimming. And then this one, this is probably more quote unquote realistic. Because this you could probably do in your backyard if you had a decent sized backyard. I like this one because you got the little waterfall feature up there in the corner. He's got the lily pads. This, I think, is a wild shot. Not sure. But this would be something else cool you could do in your yard. Hey, Chevy. Nice to see you here. I'll roll it back since you just got here. Here's the first one we looked at. I don't know if you're here for this one. Big ol' above ground glass koi pond. More of the modern style, I would say. Saw this get posted on Facebook about a month ago now. Thought it was pretty cool. I flip flop between modern and rustic. I think there's a couple butterfly koi in there. Hey, Peter. I know, right? I like this next one though too. Just the like old cottagey look of it and everything. This I would want in my backyard. Oh yeah, there was one koi I saw. The thing was probably about as big as my 20-gallon fish tank. And I just think this is a beautiful shot with all the koi under there. Yeah, so koi definitely on my must-have list. I just always been obsessed with them. So if and when I hit the lottery, I wouldn't be mad if my entire backyard was just a koi pond. If it was, I had like a sitting area in the middle, a couple benches, maybe with like a Japanese style gazebo to go under. Pagoda? I think it's a pagoda, maybe. Could be wrong. Sit under there, watch the koi, have a nice little rock bridge to walk over. I even mentioned one time in a stream having a moat around my house with koi in it. I just like koi. I think they're pretty neat. Now, if we look at the next one, now this next one is one of those you'd have to hit the lottery to do it, especially the size tank that I found in here. Let's see, pull it up here. So glad technology is working with me today. Yeah, the first, you know what? You're right. The first one does kind of look like Rumble's fish pond. Definitely bigger though. Okay, so this next one, I didn't even know these fish existed until I was started watching KT Tropicals. So that might give you a hint as to what the next one is. The next dream tank is I want to do a tank from each of the Rift Lakes. Hey, Fish Pappy, and hello, James. How you doing? You missed the kois. We'll go back to the kois toward the end. So, another thing that's on my wish list is I would love to do one tank from each of the Rift Lakes. So, what is it? Malawi, Tanganyika, and I don't know the third one off the top of my head, but we'll get there eventually. I think this footage is a Malawi one, I believe. I think it would be even if I just did like 300 gallons or something like that. What did you guess, Chevy? Is Trimac your guess? I don't even know what that is. But yeah, I don't know. Even if I did 300 gallons, one each for each lake, I think it would be pretty neat to have one of each. And then you could be like, oh, this is this lake, and these are the fish that are in there. Okay, Victoria. Thank you, Chevy. Like I said, I'm still new to the African cichlids. Yeah, this tank I'm guessing is footage from an aquarium. Someone posted it up on Facebook. I just love you get all the colors with them. Like I have my 30-gallon for African cichlids, but it's nothing compared to a bigger tank with all the different colors in it. This honestly reminds me of like a Windows 90s screensaver or something. But I love my Mbunas. That's your bedroom tank. I'm sure Miss Fever would love to have that tank. That tank is probably the size of your the size of your trailer, if not bigger. But yeah, right now I've got the Mbunas, and I like them. They're still small though. They have to get upgraded at some point. But if bucket list tanks would be one of each Rift Lake, I think that'd be pretty neat. So what are some of you guys' dream fish? Or tanks or fish? Either ones. Because I know I like to do fish, and then I like to think of like actual setups for the tanks besides just the fish. I guess since people are here now, we can turn this back on. Hello. You can't even see me because of the way this thing is, can you? Nope, that's not gonna work either. Oh well. We'll just leave it on that. We'll go full screen here in a minute. I've also realized that I talk too fast because I was like, oh, I'll have plenty to fill an hour. It's only been 14 minutes. There is a set of tanks on here that I think, oh, wrong button, that I think James will appreciate. Oh, they're over here. Okay. So we'll go back to the full screen here. Bam. Oh, look, it's me. Hello. How is everyone? Let's see. Where is the close that for now? My picture's here somewhere. So I'm looking at my other monitor. It's over here where you can't see. Also, that's the new print from Rack right there. It's a Wild Maytail or Maya Swordtail. Loving that one. So this next one is another fish that someone posted up on the face of Book, and I thought was pretty neat. It's actually a Corridora that I'd never seen or heard of before. That is it is called a CW038 Corridora. I honestly did not know that they were named like kind of like plecos by numbers and letters. But yeah, that I would love to have these. I don't know where you can get them. I don't know if you can get them in the hobby or not. They might just be a wild fish that you can't get. I'm not sure. But again, this came off of Facebook. Someone in a Corridor group that I'm a part of posted it. I thought it was pretty neat looking. It almost looks like a cross between like a Sturby and a peppered Cory. It's just got that nice long. I don't care. It's a driver update. I like that it's got the nice long fin, and I like the coloration on it. That is something else, Chevy. That's one of like if I tomorrow hit the lottery and it was one of those like you won 120 billion and then after taxes you get like a bill, even if you got 100 billion or whatever. I don't know the math, but I would love to just legit buy a plot of land and build like a. Is that what they're called? They're called Barbados or Barbados. Um, I would love to just build like a mini aquarium and just house a bunch of different fish. It does kind of look more catfishy, but as far as I know from a quick Google search, it is still technically. Well, I guess Cory cat. They're cats too. It's more elongated than your regular Cory. You're saying you wouldn't want to keep those in your tanks then? Don't they? They're not. I don't think they're cool. Banded Cory. Let's we'll do a search for the number here and see what comes up because I looked these guys up a while ago. Hmm. You think it's kind of fugly. That's not nice. Also, I don't know why, but I said that like Prawny. Um, hmm. Well, I Googled it. Do we have a common name here? I'm not going to try and pronounce the scientific name. I'll put that in chat. That's the scientific name of this Cory. I guess we can look at this together. Here we go here. So that's according to this website. I don't see a oh, there's the common name just for some reason has the numbers. So not sure. There's some other pictures here. Let's see. There's that one. Can I just hit? Oh, next image. There we go. That that's great. Then you wanna join? You can say the name. But yeah, I know nothing about this Cory cat other than I think it's cool looking and that I would like to have some. See, up here they almost look like a wood cat or something. I would love to have a tank of all the different Corridoras. At some point too. But then again, dream tanks probably never gonna happen. Unless, of course, I win the lotto. And if I won the lotto again, build a massive house, fill it with nothing but giant tanks, keep all the fish that I ever wanted to keep, bribe someone, get an arowana that I'm not supposed to have or something. I probably would. No, scratch that. I wouldn't get arowanas. I personally don't like arowanas. Not much of a monster fish person myself. So yeah, there's that random corridor there. Let's see what other images we have. We're gonna go full screen here where I pull up the next image. Hello again. Ah, yes. Now this one is more common. Not really an amazing fish. Okay, you like the little chubby catfish. So, Amazon puffer. This is probably on the more likely to happen sooner rather than later end of the spectrum for me. I don't know why, but lately I've been in love with puffers. Oh, okay. Okay, James. I won't push the issue then. You know what? We'll get her on camera when we're at your October event. We'll just be like, hey, Zen, it's a live stream. Say hi. And then she'll probably kill us both because, you know. So, yeah, I want to, at some point in the near future, as near as maybe Halloween, Thanksgiving ish, if not later in the year, it all depends on my housing situation. Who is texting me? Oh, they know I'm busy. Muting phone. I would do I'd probably either do a 30 or maybe a 37. I know they can go in the smallest of 30 gallons. I'd be fine there. Sorry, Peter. I'd not go on Aquashell. I'd be going to the Big James deal, also known as Quadicon, I think is the name, but still the Big James deal. So yeah, I'd want to do probably a 30 gallon. Probably plan it up with some Val. Maybe get some Dwarf Val or Dwarf Sads rather in the front. Get some driftwood. Get myself an Amazon puffer. And then I'd probably either do Ember Tetras or Neon Tetras. Still not sure which of the two I'd want to do with him. I'm not sure if the Neons would detract from him as the center fish, or in which case I'd go with Embers. I've also never kept Embers before, so I'm trying to keep things I haven't kept before to keep myself invigorated in the hobby. So yeah, Amazon puffer, they're, I believe, one of the only community puffers really. You can keep them with other fish, unlike the pea puffers, which I think eat other fish and stuff. Gold tetra, is it like a lemon tetra? Amazon puffers, candy saver fish. Okay, I could maybe get behind the gold tetra here. Let's take a look at those. Oh, come on. There we go. What do we got for gold tetras? That's the word. Yeah, I don't know. Lately, I saw it started when Blake did a video on him pea puffers, and then Weldon Tanks was talking about his puffers, and then I was like, well, crud, I kind of want a puffer now. No way I'd be doing a Maboo puffer. Those things would get too big for me. Unless, of course, I had the lotto money and I could do a giant tank. Thought about pea puffers, but I'd want it more like a community-oriented tank so I could put more in. But yeah, these are cool, Peter. And then what was the other one? Oh, the Vahaka Puffer. I'm not sure if the Vahaka can go with other ones. I didn't like the way the Dragon Puffer looked. Kind of ugly. Also, yes, James, lurk away. You're fine. Yeah, these just, I don't know, these looked the best and they would fit me the best out of the puffers that are available for freshwater. Wow. Okay, Peter. Yeah, I've only known people to say that they keep them either one in a tank or in small groups by themselves. Well, then, luckily, neither one of them are here at the moment, so I'm all good. Maybe if I'm lucky, I can find some way to block them from watching the replay. Speaking of Bob, he sent me a message a little bit before I went live saying that he was getting those guppies ready to ship. I was only expecting to get 3. No, he's like, you've got 3 males, 4 females, and then a bunch of fry. And I'm like, what are you doing, Bob? I was expecting 3 guppies. I wasn't expecting a whole freaking colony. Oh, that's right. That's your big tank that the Hillstreams were breeding in, right, Peter? Speaking of which, I might be in the market for some Hillstreams. Just throwing that out there. So yeah, Amazon Puffer in a community tank with some type of Tetra is one of my bucket list fish, which again is probably on the sooner rather than later scale. So next fish is again nothing too fancy. Also hello again. But it is something I've never kept before. And something that I want to try just because I want to see if they're as finicky as people say they are. So that would be a discus tank. I was going to get a discus tank when I got my stimulus check because PetSmart has a 65-gallon with a stand that's low profile. So it could, let me do this real quick. It could fit under, no camera that way. It could fit under that window right there. And I would just put stuff that's in a storage bin underneath it in the stand. That's the word. But unfortunately, my stimulus check has still not arrived, and complications have arisen to where I probably can't get another tank at the moment. And if I did, my floor would either cave in, I'd be homeless, or all my fish would be dead. So I can't get any more tanks right now, so the discus will have to wait. I partly want to try the discus because everyone says they're a pain in the butt to keep. So I want to see if A, that's true, and B, if I'm up to the task of keeping them. Kind of like with the Mbuna tank. Only difference is the discus cost a heck of a lot more than the Mbunas did. I just think they're super cool looking. I like the I guess the blood parody looking ones. I may have perused Discus Hans's site multiple times. Okay, I like the blue turquoise. Let's we'll do this real quick. We'll go here. So I like these blue turquoise guys here. I think they have a nice coloration. The checkerboard ones were interesting. Let's see, I liked the fire red. I kind of like that the bright redness of it. The German Wonders was another one. Oh, hang on. Zen's yelling at me. I have no doubt that they're not finicky. I think the problem with discus is we're so, as humans, set in our ways that I don't think we're willing to adapt to a different way of doing something. So when it comes to a fish that might require a little more work, we don't really put in the effort. We just assume, hey, I've kept fish this way for years. I don't have to learn a new way of keeping fish because all fish should be the same. That's what I think the problem with discus is. I don't think it's like the memes say, where it's like, oh no, this plant is different. I'm going to die now. Compared to the goldfish, it's just like, woohoo, dirty tank. I've had worse luck with guppies and endlers than other fish. They just seem to drop dead every other day on me. So yeah, this is the we're gonna call it the red discus. But yeah, they're just look, $125 a fish. I ain't got money for that. I'd be getting the $2 size, and that's still more than I paid for my African cichlids. So I did the math. I was really gonna get 6, because I figured that would be doable in that size tank. But then I was like, you know what? I'll just do 5. 1 because of the cost, and 2 because they do get, big, and I just wanted to make sure they'd have enough room. These are a nice looking fish. They almost look like the Fire Reds. They're just slightly different in color. Hey, fantastic freaks! Happy to have you here. I like the pigeons. The pigeon ones, for some reason, to me, are just like, ooh. I love the way the whites and the reds contrast on them. Is it a pack of 5? I don't know. I think it's just 5-inch. It could be. I think the number is just how many variations he has, maybe. Yeah, because there's 2 here, and it's 3 and 5-inch. So I think it's per one fish. But again, I could be completely wrong. I've not ordered from him, so I don't know what they'd look like. He had other ones on here a couple months ago when I first looked at them. It looked amazing. Yeah. I would go to him. I think these are the ones Lisa might have. I would go to him just because I know people that have purchased from him and they're good, versus getting them from random people. But random people are probably cheaper. These are new, and so are these. These I don't think these were here last time. This is kind of cool. But yeah, they are pricey. Very pricey fish. But I think worth it if they. No, computer. We're gonna have to have a talk about you not having the right discus picture up. I would say the discus are just as colorful as your African cichlids, personally, from seeing pictures of them. Let's see what Zen say here. She does water changes twice a month. Temps of 82. Isn't 82 a little cold for them? I thought they like to be up like 86. But hey, if it works for you, it works for you. That was my other problem with discus. I knew they like to be kept warm, and when I first got them in Buna Tank, I ran into issues with the what was I gonna say? But the plants not doing so well. So all the Anubias I planted in the tank died. It still has the. I don't know why it switched back to this thing. I'm gonna not be happy, computer. So I don't know if it was the heat or what happened. I noticed the valve wasn't really doing well. So Miss Seaver actually told me to turn the temperature down in the tank because it'll help create regression and whatnot. And I think that helped because the plants are doing better now. Hey, Diego, how you going? I I have to stop saying that. I'm not Australian. How are you doing? Checking my betas because I keep a watchful eye on them now because one pine cone that I'm not very happy about it. I don't know why that happened. It's going pretty good. Just lots of coffee because we don't sleep. Really got to fix my sleep schedule. I've been up since 7 last night. Yeah, I thought I was gonna say because I've heard Corey talk about them. I think he said 82 was the lowest, and then he kept them up around 86, kind of like how Dean keeps his Rams hot. I think is what he keeps for him. I have to go back and watch those videos again. So what do we have next? Let's see. I know I have a couple more things. James, are you still here? I saved the best for last. I think it's the last one. Yes, it's the last one. James, are you still here? Oh yeah, I forgot my hat's off. I don't know, this every time I clean this tank, it flares up and I don't know. I'm just gonna stop cleaning the filter because I'm getting tired of it. Okay. The last of the dream tanks I have. Oh, hello, James's fish. Are you one of the plecos or are you one of the I don't know, did the piranhas finally eat them? So hopefully oh alright, it's gonna work. Good. The last tank that I've always thought about doing, not always, but recently, not that I can keep them alive to save my life, would be a tank of all the different kinds of plecos. If there was some way that I could have one of each or two of each, male and female, and just let the fish go to town in the tank, I would do it. I think they're cool looking fish, and I love the different colors you can get in them. I just have terrible luck keeping them alive. I don't know if they just don't eat enough food. Text didn't go through. Do you have my number, Diego? Did I ever give you my number? Did I put it on the contact form? I don't remember giving you my number. I'll send you a message somewhere after. No, Zen, the piranhas, they swarm up together and they can type. So yeah, I just think it would be kind of cool to have a tank with nothing but plecos in it. Of all the different kinds and all the different species. Is it species or variants? Because they're technically the same fish. Oh, whatever. I swear to God, I think this is my 8th or 9th pleco. This one came from a breeder. I'm looking at him because he's over there. This one came from a breeder I got found on eBay. The other ones all came from Petco or PetSmart. So I'm hoping the PetSmart ones were just bad. Is the L144 on here or is it on another page? Hey V-Stag, how's it going? I'm wondering if Google auto filled in my home number and not a cell phone. I'm sure it does, James. Like, I didn't even know half these existed. I didn't even know what I was saying. Oh, keeping plecos alive. Yeah, that's what I was saying. So my first, I got three bristle noses, the regular, not albino, from PetSmart. They all keeled over within 3 days of me getting them each. So then I was like, I'm not gonna get those anymore. Then they had clown plecos. So I was like, okay, I'll try those. First one died in 2 days. Second one I kept alive for 5 days. And then the third one, I want to say it was like 6 or 7. It was right on the cusp of the return policy. So I finally was just like, you know what, to give my money back. I'm done. All right, see you, Peter. Thanks for stopping by. Also, congrats again on 1,000. You're probably gonna be at 2,000 here pretty soon. So I don't know what was happening. Then I got these two bristle noses from a breeder on eBay. I threw one in my 20 and one in my 40. So I don't know. The one in the 40 wasn't growing as fast as the one in the 20. And I noticed he looked really skinny. Ooh, excuse me. So I messaged the breeder and was like, hey, this fish looks really skinny. I know he's still a juvenile and they grow slow, but here's a picture of his sibling compared to him. And she's like, they kind of look okay, but he does look a little scrawny. So I moved him from the 40 into a 5-gallon just because I assumed he wasn't getting enough food because the mollies and guppies were eating his wafers. And he did okay for a day. And then 2 days after I put him in there, he was lifeless. So again, don't know what would happen there. Because the other guy is great. He's in the 20-gallon with the bettas, and he loves it. So I had messaged her, and I was like, hey, he died. But I had told her, like, all the foods and everything. And you guys know I have a bunch of foods. Heck, I got 3 kinds of bug bites right there. You can't see them, but there's 3 kinds of bug bites right there. And she was like, oh, well, I wish all my Pleco babies had people that fed their fish like you do and spoiled them, blah, blah, blah. And then after talking to her for like 3 days, she was like, you know what? I'm going to send you another one. So she was like, I'm going to send you a full-grown Pleco. So she sent me a 4-inch Pleco, along with what she called a chocolate chip Pleco, I think. Not really sure what it was. He was only like an inch. Well, the box came in, and you know that terrible smell when the box smells like death. I was like, this is not going to be good. So I opened the box up, and it's just 2 dead Plecos. The big guy is just laying there, and the small guy somehow got out of the bag. She bagged it in, and ended up in the secondary bag. Don't know how that happened. So that's the last time I bought a Pleco. The one bristlenose is doing well. He's doing healthy. I would love to get another kind of Pleco for the community tank, but I'm slightly leaning toward just getting Hillstream Loaches instead, and maybe some Ottos. But there's really not much of an algae problem in there. And the Siamese algae eater is going crazy in the betta tank, eating whatever he can get his hands on at this point. So yeah, at some point, if I could, I would get it to just do a tank of Plecos. Don't know if I put a common in there though, because they get huge, and I don't want it being huge. But the fish have uprooted my octopus again. But yeah, those are what I would do for like dream tanks if I could. I would do the Pleco tank. I would do the 3 Rift Lakes and Africa tanks. I would do the kois. I'd want to get me some of those corridors because I thought they looked really cool. I'd also kind of want to do like just all the Tetras. Just load up a tank with Tetras. As far as any other tanks, there's still the one that I've always wanted to do. Again, I say always, but it's only been like 10 months. That would be I want to do a tank with nothing but Val and Dwarf Sage, like grass-like plants, and put a bunch of Bloodfin Tetras in them. In the tank, not in the plants. I just think that That would look really cool with the pop of red off the blood fins against the green of the plants. I don't know why I can't talk. Probably because I haven't been to bed since 7 o'clock last night. So yeah, that's all I had for dream tanks and dream fish. I guess if I had to pick a favorite pleco, would probably the blue phantom. I think they look pretty cool. As far as new fish go, the betta that I got from James from Aquamarine. Also, here's a towel. I like their logo. Nice little. No, camera's over there. I hate the cameras backwards. He's doing great. I have never seen a fish bounce back from shipping before as fast as he has. He's crazy. He wants food all the time. Well, that could look cool, Pug. Pug wants a column stand. I'm assuming it means 6 feet tall or whatnot with jungle violet only shrimp. That sounds very interesting. Would give the Val. It'd be a pain to clean, but it would give the Val some nice room to grow. Like even I would rather do Val in this tank than the 30. Just because I don't think it has a chance to grow as much as the 30. But it would still be cool. So we still have 13 minutes here. I'm only doing an hour. I don't think I could go any longer than an hour. I don't think there's anyone at 5. At least there's no one at 5 listed on the Facebook page. According to that, Science Scout goes at 6. I don't know if she has anything up yet, but yeah. What else? Who else has a dream tank besides Pug? I know James just got his dream plecos, or he's getting more, so he's getting a dream tank. No problem, Zen. You're fine. Just asking if you ever had a dream tank besides Pug. Pug sounds cool. What kind of shrimp would you want to put in a Pug? Just all the kinds of shrimp, or like a certain color or something? Oh, the camera is blocking the bettas. Put it back now. I don't think I'll be screen sharing again. Look at that. I can fly. Blue or red? Okay, that'd be cool. I would, red would probably stand out better, but I'm partial to blue. So I'd probably want to go blue if I was doing that. Are there purple shrimp? We need some purple shrimp. Hey, Anthony. No problem. Happy to have you lurking. Hope all is well at work. If you guys haven't seen it yet, I did put out a video early today of the unboxing of the fish that James got me at his local fish store. We didn't get it. I paid for it, but he was nice enough to purchase it and then ship it to me. So we unboxed him and put him in his new home. And he ate right away. I'm still astonished that the fish ate the same day. Usually they don't eat for like the first 2 or 3 days when I get them. Okay, so Pug wants to take a hex tank and turn it into a paludarium or terrarium. 3 glass sided, 6 inches of water. That could be cool. Is it Anthony's birthday? Well, happy birthday if it is your birthday. Oh, my nose is itchy. The tank we're looking at, the nano tank I have, the 6-gallon, I think I have to get in there and rescape the whole thing. I'm not liking how it's turning out. And unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to tame the red root floaters so that they can't go as wild as they're going. I might have to remove my little air bubble dispersing unit that lid from a betta cup. Just so there's more agitation in the water so they can't spread as much. So I don't think the bottom plants are getting enough light, which is causing them to die off. Which is no bueno because I don't think the CPDs are going to like they have no cover. Which is why I bought the Christmas moss ball to put in there, hoping that it will grow under the low light, even if it grows slow. Oh, I am looking at some betta fish. I would be eating them off eBay again, as I get most of my. I still mind shopping on eBay. I'll usually get one item from a seller, and then I'll see how it goes. And if it goes well, I'll go back to them and use them again. So this is what the listing is. It is 3 females for 22 plus 15 for shipping, which is not that bad. So that's what they look like. It would be these 4. And oddly enough, it's the same seller slash breeder that the girls in the tank currently are from. So they'd all be coming from the same breeder. I just want to wait and see what's going on with this tank because I randomly had one pine cone. And I don't know what happened. Okay, everybody say happy birthday to Anthony. You stream tonight, don't you, Anthony? Don't know if I'll be able to make it there since I'll be up for almost 24 hours here soon. But if I'm awake, I will stop by and say hello. But yeah, I think these guys are cool colorations there. For some reason, I'm drawn to this one. I don't know, it reminds me of like a Tequila Sunrise Guppy. This one and this blue and red one are the 2 I'm partial to. These 2 I could go without. But all in all, I think it'd be 4, so I'd be up to 8 again. I'm also debating rescaping the the sorority tank, because I don't know. Now that I've ripped all the algae out, it does not look as nice. This was pre-rip out, and yeah. This guy, the guppy grass in this guy's tank is gone crazy. It's all over the place now. I'll probably go here about 5 more minutes. Well, if everyone is up for the late night stream, make sure you check out Anthony's stream later today or tonight. That way you can wish him a happy birthday in quote unquote person. Oh yeah, I got got my new art from Rack today that I got last week. There's that one. Thought it was cool. And this one was more of a patriotic one that I liked. This one's called Radar. So I made a mash joke. I don't know if anyone got it during the auction. I was like, "Oh, can it hear choppers? But when they're or can it hear inbound before anyone else?" No one chuckled. I don't think anyone got the reference. And then that's the new print that I got because I was a Patreon. I think it looks pretty neat. There's the koi in the background. Finger this way. No, this way. Why? Okay, there we go. Yes, Chevy Mash. I am a sucker for older movies and films. I prefer the TV show over the movie, though. That's just me personally. Hey, aquarium cop. Or cowboy. Not cop. We do have an aquarium cop, though, but this is aquarium cowboy. Clearly, this coffee is not working anymore, and I need to go to sleep. So yeah, for anyone that missed the beginning, I'll quick run through the koi video and again. Let's get that up here. So this is the first fish we talked about that I want at some point, which is a koi pond. I don't think I would go this immaculate unless I won the lotto. But I've always loved koi. I've always loved Japanese culture, so that would be a no-brainer for me. That is a giant air stone in there, by the way. This next one is more of an actual, like, natural-looking thing. We got some dog-sized koi in here. And then just a couple pictures. This is probably more like what I would do because it's more rustic looking. Any one of these, though, I'd want to go swimming in the tank. That'd be a way to go. Eaten alive by koi. Hey, Jesse. We're wrapping up a live stream and talking about some dream tanks / fish that I want to own at some point, and other people in chat. Got about 2 minutes left here, so yeah, that was the kois. Nice big kois here. And the other, that's over here, okay. The other one that I would love to do at some point if I had the money is a tank for each of the Rift Lakes in Africa. So we would have a Malawi tank, which is what this is. We'd have a Tanganyikan tank, and we'd have a Victoria tank. Again, didn't even know African cichlids existed until 3 months ago. But, you know, when I do stuff, I dive into the deep end. That's why I went from 1 tank to 17, 18. Something like that. It's either 18 or 17. We just keep adding and hiding. Then we had these random catfish, or these random cories. Couldn't find a common name, but their numbered name was CW38. I thought they were cool looking. Zen didn't think so. She thought they were fugly looking. I think it's a cool Coridora. We're here, mouse. We then talked about some discus, that I would like to have a discus tank at some point, as my dog decides to start barking loudly. That's always fun. Then we also had the... Yeah, well, don't you have like over 100 tanks, Jesse? Where are you possibly putting them? Where could you possibly be putting more tanks? Then we talked about how I want to have a Amazon puffer tank at some point. This would be the only tank that would be soon. Maybe. And then the last tank that I said I wanted to do was something with all plecos. Just a bunch of plecos. But anyway, fam, it is 6 o'clock. Or 5 o'clock, not 6 o'clock. I don't know if anyone is going at 5 o'clock. I do know that Science Gal supposedly is going at 6. So I will see if I can't quick find a link for her stream here. If there is one. Of course, when you type it in, it doesn't show up. Gotta love YouTube like that. Do it the old-fashioned way. Okay, is that their name? Are they related to the Barble? Like the common Barble? Hey, Benny. Okay, they do look like that. Yep, you're right. They're the banded gory. Surprised that site didn't tell me that. But yes, I will make sure to get you my cell phone number, Diego, because I'm guessing that Google auto-filled in my home phone and not my cell phone. But I don't see anyone going for 5, so I'm going to say it's not until Science Gal later. So I'm going to put her link in here. Also, oh, Benny's got more fry? Very hard to multitask. What had fry this time, Benny? Oh, okay, is this still your guppy fry? So yeah, I'm going to wrap it up, end it here. Thanks, everybody, for showing up. This was kind of a last-minute thing because Ed had to do his thing today. But next Friday at 4, this is supposed to be a weekly thing, so hopefully next Friday at 4, everything's good with Ed, and me and him can stream together. And I hate that this isn't working, but yeah, here's Science Gal's link, so she's up at 6, so go check her out, and I'll see you guys over there later. And thanks again for showing up. See you guys.